Alrighty guys, so what is going on? Ancient Covers here. Welcome to another cover video. Let me try and fix this camera for you guys real quick. That seemed to already do it. But welcome to another reaction video. This isn't a cover video, I said that I think. Welcome to another reaction video. This is why you can't punch or run fast in your dreams. I'm watching this video because I watched 2 minutes and 30 seconds and I already had so much shit to say from hearing what this guy was saying. Now listen. You guys know what lucid dreaming is, right? It's when you are in a dream, but you know you're in that dream. Like, normally when dreams happen and stuff happens, and you wake up and you're like, whoa, that was so cool. But in a lucid dream, you dream and you're alive in the dream. You can feel everything. Maybe some people can't feel things or stuff like that, but you can change things in the dreams. You can even change the entire dream if you want to into something completely different. So, I've had lucid dreams my entire life. Literally my entire life, since I was a kid to right now. And as every year I get older, they get crazier and crazier. Lucid dreaming is crazy for me, guys. You guys don't understand. I have them every night. I have a lucid dream at least once every night. It's very rare to have a lucid dream, and some people who can't even lucid dream sometimes have them, but some people who lucid dream, or people who can lucid dream, it's still rare sometimes for them to lucid dream. So I have very lucid dreams, but most people can't remember their lucid dreams either. They remember they're in the dream, but they can't describe anything. They know they had a dream and they know that was in it, but they can't describe anything in the dream. I can remember tons of dreams and tons of things that happened. I remember drowning in cement, falling off scaffold 3-4 times. I remember drowning in actual water. I remember being shot, my face being beat by my dad, my brother. There are so many dreams that I can remember. I could sit here and talk to you all day about it, but we're going to react to this video, and I'm going to talk about these things as that happen, because I'm going to explain 2 dreams first before we get into the video, okay? So if you're interested, you'll watch anyway. So, it says, why can't you punch hard? Okay, so a lot of times in my dreams, I have tons of dreams of fighting. I don't normally run in situations. I'm not somebody to normally run in a situation. I normally stand my ground and fight. So a lot of the times in dreams, when I'm fighting, I punch really soft, and it pisses me off. I wake up and I think, man, why the hell wasn't I beating the shit out of that guy? Like Ryan or Adam. I've had tons of dreams where I fought Ryan. If you guys don't know who Ryan is, he's one of my ex-friends who I really don't like, one of my enemies basically, but I had tons of dreams of fighting him, and the punches were soft. They were so soft, like a tap. I can't describe to you how it really feels, but just taps. Like, no matter how hard, I swear, in the dream I'm punching, it's just a tap, and a tap, and a tap. And running fast in a dream. I have tons of, a lot of the times, sometimes in dreams, okay, I'm going to go back. Sometimes in dreams, I can punch hard. Sometimes I'm kicking the shit out of people. Sometimes I really am. One time I knocked a bitch out because I don't know what it was. We were in a shop, like a huge shopping center, and people were everywhere arguing. And one person threw a punch, and punches were flying everywhere. I was like, I'm going to start fucking punching people too then. I hit one guy, and then I knocked a bitch out, and then I hit another person, and then I woke up. And I had dreams with Azim and stuff too, like about fighting. But running fast in dreams. I have tons of dreams about running from the cops. I don't know why, but I'm always running from the cops in my dreams, and the cops are always showing up in my dreams. I guess because I had one really traumatizing experience when I was a kid about the cops, but the cops always pop up in my dreams. So, this one time, I remember I was in East Lansdowne, living on Penn Boulevard, and I was trying to get back home. I ran out of a Dollar General, I believe. Maybe I was stealing or some shit. But I was trying to get back home, and I was running from the cops. I heard the cops. I turned the corner. I lost them, and I just turned onto my block. I had lost them, and I was trying to get back home. I was running down the block where the church was, and I was trying to run and run and run, and it was so slow. It was slow. It was so slow. And it was pissing me off. Like, that's all I can say is it was slow. That's the only way I can describe it. I tried to go as fast as I could, but no matter how hard or how fast, I swear to God, I was throwing my legs in front of me, I was only going about like an inch every time, and it was really annoying. And then when I got to the house, the police were right there. Once I got to the bottom of my block, my eyes closed for a minute, and when I opened them back up, the police car was right there, and they were at my door, and I walked up, and they fucking arrested me. So, I have tons of dreams like that, man. So we're going to get into this video. This is already 5 minutes. This is going to be a long video, but let's go.
You're on your way to school one day when suddenly you look and spot him, the school bully. He's at least 6 inches taller than you, and looks like he hit puberty in kindergarten. His muscles ripple as he flexes, and now he's turned his attention to you. The earth literally shakes as he takes step after powerful step in your direction. This is it. You'll have to fight, you tell yourself, and you prepare to throw the meanest right hook you've ever thrown in your life, which lands with all the force of a feather. The bully laughs, doesn't even feel your pathetic...
Like I said, that's literally what it feels like just a tap, like if it literally feels like nothing, like if, maybe that's why, okay, I even have my own theory of, now I'm thinking, I have my own theory of why you might punch hard or run slow, because maybe... I don't know. It's got to be something to do with, like, because your body has shut down. You can't really use your energy or something like that. Like, you're not actually using any energy to hit them. So when you do finally collide with them, it's like you lose all the force and strength that you had. But that just sounds stupid as I'm explaining it. So let's go.
Attempts to clock his head off and instead prepares to return the favor. You turn to run. It's your only way out of this now.
See how slow this guy's running? See how slow this guy is running right here? This is literally how slow I was running in my dream from the cops.
Frustratingly, you can barely move
literally
your legs. It's like they're made out of molasses, or your feet are encased in cement. No matter how hard you try to run, you move so frustratingly slow, and your bully is right there behind you.
That's why I remember that dream so much, because that dream pissed me off the most when it came to running slow, trying to run fast. Like that, it was so annoying, man.
Free step of the day. We've all had that dream, and research indicates that it's quite a popular dream. Maybe you're not fighting against a bully, but odds are that you've experienced a dream where you tried to fight someone or something off, and ended up throwing the weakest, most pathetic punches of your life. Maybe you're a lover and not a fighter, though, and so you decide to run in your dream, only to find out that no matter how fast you are in real life, or how hard you try to run, you're basically stuck in place, barely putting one foot in front of the other. Another popular variation of the slow-running dream is a feeling of extreme pain in your legs, where it takes every ounce of grit and determination you have.
I've never really had a dream where it hurt to try to run, or I've had dreams actually where it hurt a lot. I've had serious pain in dreams, but I've never really had it hurt while running.
Just to force yourself into a slow, limping walk. But why does our brain do this to us? Why do we dream that we're so pathetically weak and incapable of the most basic actions? After all, when we fantasize or daydream, we can be superheroes or make ourselves into One Punch Man and ruin Thanos' whole career with one hit. Dreams are difficult things to study, mostly because the observer is also the subject, and typically that leads to bad science. There's also the difficulty in trying to study something that you can only do during your sleep.
Like I said, that's why I think it's so important that I lucid dream, because I can do it so well. I believe I would be very helpful to scientists when it comes to dreams, because I understand them well, and I have lucid dreams so much.
And it's not very easy to try and be scientific when you're unconscious. Yet, back in the 19th century, French aristocrat Marquis d'Arvy de Saint-Denis took some time off from inventing more ridiculous last names to add to his own, and decided to try and seriously study the world of dreams. As a young boy, he discovered that he had a strange talent, the ability to lucidly dream. Lucid dreaming is the ability to control your dreams. It allows you to be completely aware of the fact that you're in a dream, but without breaking the unconsciousness that keeps you asleep. This lets you take control of your dream, manipulate it however you want, while many people are...
Okay, so I had a dream once. Okay, listen, I had a dream once where I met a girl. I was in Florida. I've lived in Florida once in my life. So I was in Florida, in a woods, and then I randomly popped up inside of a girl's house, and me and her were like best friends or girlfriend and boyfriend or something like that. I don't know what we were, but we were something. And all of a sudden in the dream we were holding hands walking down a street, and it popped into East Lansdowne, and I was by the Crab Shack, and we were walking up to my house, and I knew I did it. I knew I changed directions, and then the dream got crazy, but I can't remember it after that.
In themselves to do this, the Marquis was born with the ability to naturally do it, and discovered this talent at the age 13. This allowed him to perform some experiments while dreaming, and he readily recorded his findings. For instance, it's common knowledge that you can't die in dreams, though some people claim to have done so. The Marquis wanted to...
You can't die in dreams, okay? But I had one dream, alright? I had one dream where I was literally dead, I believe, but I woke up. I had a dream where I was being stomped on. My eyes were closed and my head was getting stomped on. And I literally felt my head flattened. It was completely flattened, and I couldn't open my eyes, and I felt nothing but pain. The pain coursing through my body was ridiculous, and it was actually hard to wake up. I tried to force my eyes open, and it was actually kind of difficult to wake up.
Find out if this was indeed true or not, and thus would dream of climbing to the top of a tall building and then throwing himself off of its roof. As he plummeted to his death, though, the dream would always change sides and he would be unable to die. Even though he was fully in control of his dream, it seems like his subconscious mind was still dictating the rules of the dream and forbidding him from dying. Instead of hitting the pavement in front of the building, his dream would jump forward and he would find himself standing in front of the body on the street with people gathered around it. Witnesses told him that the man had jumped from the top of the building, and this was an interesting observation. Clearly the Marquis's mind was controlling the world of the dream, and despite the Marquis having control of his own actions within the dream, his brain was not allowing him to do anything that would harm him. Instead, the brain recognized what the Marquis had done and what direction the dream was moving in, and simply edited the outcome, so that the Marquis lived, but someone still died. It was an interesting discovery, to say the least, and speaks to just how much power the subconscious may have in dictating not just our perception in dreams, but of reality itself. The Marquis also made careful notes of the individuals he met in his dreams, or of the places that he found himself while dreaming. What he discovered is that people and places in his dreams mostly came from his own memories, and very few characters or locations in his dreams were...
That girl I told you about in the dream, I don't believe this one. That girl I told you about in the Florida dream, I don't know her. I remember her face distinctly. She was white, she had green eyes, and she had brown hair, and she was a little bit taller than me, actually. And I don't remember her at all. And I also had a dream just a couple nights ago because my boss showed me videos of a nightclub. I've never dreamed about a nightclub before in my life. He was at a nightclub a couple weeks ago, and he showed me a clip of it, a couple clips of it. And a couple nights ago, I had a dream. I was in a club. My dad and his coworker had brought me there. And I had no friends there, so I didn't know what the fuck to do. So I was just walking around doing nothing. And then all of a sudden, this Asian bitch who's like a little bit smaller than me, she got tons of makeup on. She looks fine as fuck, but she's got tons of makeup on. She just comes up to me and like hugs me out of fucking nowhere. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And she starts dancing and shit. I'm like, well, I got nothing better to fucking do, so I'm gonna just dance with you. So that's what I did in the dream.
Original. The mind clearly was leading the Marquis down a tour of his own memories, and the discovery hinted that possibly some of the parts of our brain that deal with imagination are actually not working during a dream state. But why do we run so slowly in dreams and punch so weakly? Well, to find the answer to this and other questions, researchers have started to turn to lucid dreamers in order to study the science of dreams. In one study conducted by Jennifer Vint at the Johannes Gutenberg University of Mainz in Germany, lucid dreamers were told to try and tickle themselves. In waking life, we're unable to tickle ourselves, even if we're normally extremely ticklish. That's because the brain recognizes what we're doing and shuts off the sensation, as it would serve no physical purpose. When someone else tickles us, though, the brain recognizes that it may be important for us to understand this information, and thus allows us to feel it. After all, a tickle may just be a very creepy and overly friendly office worker who doesn't understand personal space. Or it could be a venomous spider making its way up the back of your neck. That stray tickle you just felt? Yeah, that's one of its legs as it silently slides up into your hair. Odds are, at least...
He's a fucking asshole, man. Like, I had arachnophobia back then. He's a fucking dickhead. Like, I don't believe that shit, but he's a fucking dickhead.
Some of you just brushed your hand over the back of your neck because even the imagery we created for you is enough to cause the sensation. Yet if you were to try to do it with
That can't
yourself,
happen.
it wouldn't work. If we can't do it in the waking world, then finding out if we could do it in the dream world could yield answers to just how much of the brain is truly alert or not while dreaming. Sure enough, when lucid dreamers were asked to tickle themselves, they were unable.
Honestly, I believe you're more alert in the dream world than you are in the real world.
To. And when they asked other characters in their dream to do it, the characters refused to. The brain was once more playing God over the dream and preventing behavior that it considered abnormal. Clearly, the brain has a large degree of awareness while dreaming. But the next quest in finding out just how much control was to...
Now I have to decide, because Azim says he lucid dreams. He says he has a bunch of lucid dreams and he describes them to me, so I believe him. But now I have to actually decide if I believe the scientists, because the scientists have to believe the quote-unquote lucid dreamers, if they're actually lucid dreaming or not. Like, it's very easy to make up a story, so I don't know how truthful this could be. It's like I said, it's a touchy subject to talk about, because not a lot of people can do it, and only the person who can do it can experience it, so it's hard to show proof.
Time how long actions took in dreams. In a different study, lucid dreamers were instructed to perform several specific tasks while dreaming, such as walking 10 paces, counting to 30, or performing a gymnastics routine. They were to signal to the observers when they began their dream task by moving their eyes rapidly left and right, and then signal once more when they finished by repeating the gesture. This was possible because while the body is paralyzed during dreaming, the eyes generally are not.
They move,
and can translate dream movement.
I didn't know that, guys. Listen, you can fuck up your sleep if you think that all because your eyes move when you close them that you can't sleep. I thought that when I slept, I learned about REM sleep. That's when I stopped worrying about it. REM sleep is when your body can make movements. Your actual body, normally your body is paralyzed, but during REM sleep, it's like a 5 to 15 minute cycle where your body makes movements. Your body makes movements and your eyes can increase in their rapid movement. So, if you're sleeping or if you're trying to sleep and your eyes are moving, don't get frustrated with yourself and try and keep them still. Because all you're going to do is open your eyes and fuck up your cycle, man. That's all you're going to do.
Into real movement. As the subjects performed their routines, scientists discovered that it sometimes took the dreamers up to 50% longer to complete their tasks than in the waking world. Despite the dreamers reporting that their dream appeared to them as if it were running at normal speed, it's clear that some dreams were running as much as half as fast as real life. This can explain why dreams that seem so short in content can actually take up an hour or more of real time. Nobody really knows for sure just how slow the brain can make dreams move, but scientists now speculate that the cause for our dream weakness and our inability to run fast sometimes could be attributed to this weird quirk of dreaming.
Bro, that's fucking crazy. If the brain can speed up and slow down dreams, then it would make sense that when you're asleep, if you're experiencing a dream during one of those slowdown cycles, everything would be moving very slow. But that's the thing. Not everything moves slow. Everything in the dream is moving okay, fine around you, real, but you're the only one affected slow. That's the only thing I'm confused about.
Fails to completely trick itself into the dream state, and a small part is left aware that something is not quite right. That small part is the part of you that recognizes that when you throw a punch, you should be throwing it really, really hard, or that when you run, you should be moving quickly. Because you're stuck in a dream moving at half speed or slower versus real life, though, your punches and running are underpowered, slow, and weak. Normally, if your brain was fully tricked into accepting the dream, you would still be throwing slow punches because your dream is moving much slower than real life. But because you're fully immersed, you wouldn't notice this difference in speed and experience the punch at full speed. With one part of your brain unable to accept the dream state, though, it remains conscious enough to understand that the force of a punch is equal to the mass of your fist and the speed you throw it. And since you aren't aware that the entire dream is moving slowly, the punch that seems normal to you lands with barely any force. In essence, your brain is fighting itself. One part of your brain is trying to simulate real-life experiences within the dream state and its new rules, while the...
God damn. This is interesting as fuck, if I'm gonna be honest. I hope you guys are enjoying this video, because I'm definitely enjoying watching it.
part of your brain is aware that something isn't right and trying to force real-life rules into the dream state. Proof of this may be the fact that despite punching weakly or running slowly, often whatever we're fighting or running from doesn't ever actually defeat us or catch up to us.
That's
Even
true.
though that part of our mind that's a...
Every time I was in a dream, except for that one where the cops arrested me, every time where I was in a... Well, like I said, this has to do with fighting. Every time in a dream where I was fighting something, and it seemed like I was punching slow, I always seemed to wake up before the dream finishes.
Faith is very much screaming that it should do just that. That's likely why dreams with weak punches or slow runs are almost always nightmares, with a feeling of constant dread as we try to run away from something that's always right behind us, or fight off something that we can't quite have an effect on. It turns out dreams are a lot more complex than we may have originally thought. While they've been notoriously difficult to study, a partnership with Lucid Dreamers and advanced technology is now unlocking secrets of the brain that we were once ignorant to. Perhaps in the future, lucid dreaming will be as simple as plugging in a dream machine of sorts, and we'll be able to break past the limits our minds force on us in our own dreams. At the very least, next time you're running away from a monster, at least you'll run full speed or won't fight back like a wimp. More incredibly, some scientists even speculate that one day we might be able to actually record our dreams and then watch them on playback, like our own personal movie.
That'd be cool as shit.
By Japanese scientists, a recent effort to record dreams involved using an MRI machine to scan a sleeping subject's brain as they dreamt. To recreate the dream, the scientists turned to a library of MRI scans from people's brains while they were told to think about certain things. The idea is that brains show activities in specific areas when you think about specific things. And so by comparing the dream scans with normal scans, scientists can figure out what you were dreaming about and recreate it in a crude visual format. No, you won't get to see exactly what you were dreaming, but simply a rough animation of what was going on in your dream. Perhaps in the future, though, an advanced AI program could track your brain activity in real time and digitally recreate the dream you had for your viewing pleasure. We imagine, though, that nobody would be much interested in what...
I mean, listen, if I already lucid dream, I already see most of the dreams I have, so I already experienced them. So...
One of their dreaded slow running or weak punching nightmares. What's the weirdest dream you've ever had? Have you ever experienced...
Alright guys, that's the end of this video. Like I said, if you guys want to hear more about lucid dreaming, I'll make more videos on it. Like if you guys want to hear more stories about how I lucid dream and stuff, I will put more videos up. Just let me know. But for now, like if you enjoyed, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to leave suggestions of what we should react to or cover to, because we love to make these covers and reactions for you guys every day. And don't forget to join Post Notification Squad. Peace.